Truth. Introduction. This commentator is reading from the book Radiant Sameness, written by Professor Somraj Gupta. This book is English translation of Granth Samta Vilas by Saint Mangat Ram Ji. The book Radiant Sameness is available on Amazon.com. For more information, please visit samtavad.org, samtavad.org, and see description below. It is of utmost importance to search for truth in human life. Otherwise, a man wastes his life in pursuing false illusions. It is futile to try to find peace and happiness in wealth, power, name and fame, alcohol and worldly pursuits. One finds peace only when he tries to find God. Saying 33, The Radiant Sameness, page 108. Sat, the truth, means being. The real that ever is and ever stays still and stable. To seek that truth, too, is the truth, and also to mold one's life in accord with it and orient it towards it. And also to think aright and act aright. Without investigation of the truth this way, no one can transcend desire, go beyond its reach. Comment. Truth means trying to search for a thing which lasts forever. Only God lasts forever. Every worldly thing is transient. A man loves his own body most. This body is perishable. If a man searches for happiness in a permanent thing, God, his happiness is permanent. If he searches for happiness in temporary things, his happiness is also temporary. A man is miserable always because he persists in looking for permanent happiness in temporary things. Seeking that truth, orienting one's life towards it, and thinking aright is also truth. Only when he investigates for true God, he transcends the desire for false worldly things. Saying 34, page 108, The Radiant Sameness. And further, to be truthful in one's speech is the truth, and to be honest in one's dealings and transactions. To say what one actually thinks and feels is the truth, and to give up one's sinful ways for its sake. The truth is the way, the truth is the means, and the truth is the peace. To seek the truth is to pray, and to live for it is to worship and to be pure. In the mazes of the word remains lost the man who would not seek the truth and would not strive for the truth. Saying 34, comment. Truth is being true in speech and conduct. Truth is being same in word and action and avoiding hypocrisy. Eradicating one's desires, eradicating one's sins, lust, anger, greed, infatuation and pride for God is truth. Truth is the way, truth is righteousness or dharma, and truth is peace. Therefore, investigation and following of truth alone is true worship. A man cannot free himself from mazes of this world without investigating the truth. Seers, prophets, and saints live their life investigating the truth. Buddha renounced his palace, kingdom, beautiful wife, and child in prime of his youth to search for the truth. Only by searching the truth one can become free of misery of worldly existence. Otherwise, even a rich man is miserable. Saying 35, the radiant sameness, page 108. The word is the untruth, and one Lord is the truth. To believe in Him is to worship the truth. To go after the truth is to go beyond this ever-dying world and the woes of the world. A predator of his sight and insight is the liar, a being of cunning and fraud. Never shall his soul find its rest and be at peace. Comment. The word is false. Only God is true. Complete faith in God is true worship of the truth. Only investigation of the truth rids a man from misery of perishable world. A man lacking truth is a predator of his insight, a thief, and a fraud. He can never attain peace. Saying 36, page 108, the radiant sameness. No fear is there for the man of truth and no isolation. His soul overflowing to each and to all. To seek the truth, to reflect upon the truth, and to strive for the truth is the acme of life, its very highest reach. Never did despair leave the man that lived not for that end. To strive for the truth is to live for the law the original and primal. Saying 36, comment. God is the truth. A man becomes fearless and loving when he follows God. He becomes fearless because he no longer identifies with his perishable body. He attains love because he sees God in everyone. Search for God, the truth, is the goal of life. A man who does not have any such inclination goes frustrated from this world. Striving for God, the truth, is living for religion. Saying 37, page 108, the radiant sameness. Man should ever do his utmost to have faith in the truth. To live for the truth is the highest penance and the highest knowledge. But hard is the way to the truth, well beyond the reach of a man, not pure of sin and thoughts of sin. Saying 37, comment. A man should strive his utmost to have faith in God. A man should strive his utmost to have faith of God, the truth. Living for God, the truth, is the highest penance and knowledge. But it is very difficult to follow God. As long as a man is in bondage of his sins, lust, anger, greed, infatuation, and false pride, he cannot realize God. Saying 38, the radiant sameness, page 109. Upright turns the man that dedicates himself unto the truth, and content and generous and suffused with feelings of spontaneous empathy. In him In him manifests the disposition to stay ever alike in dualities like weal and woe. All his deviations will these traits undo, and all the failings that go with mortal life. For to liberation itself will these lead, liberation from that eternal recurrence of births and deaths. Saying 38 comment. Dedication to God, the truth, leads to ethical behavior, contentment, generosity, love, and equanimity. These traits eradicate the deviations of lust, anger, greed, infatuation, and false pride and lead to liberation. Saying 39, the radiant sameness, page 109. Fraud and pride, arrogance and jealousy, hatred, greed, and infatuations come to possess and torture the man that would not have the faith in the truth and would not live for it. An embodiment of ignorance will he live, a very pain and torment unto himself. Saying 39 comment. A man who does not have faith of God, he roasts in fire of deception, false pride, arrogance, envy, greed, and infatuation. His ignorance causes him much torment. These days, people usually lack faith in God. They are tortured by fraud, arrogance, envy, greed, and infatuation. Saying 40, the radiant sameness, page 109. True unto his own truth should live every being, ever on guard against his habits and inclinations. That should be his effort, whatever the cost. For to be true to one's truth is beatitude itself. For to be true to one's truth is beatitude itself, the very root of the entire ambit of dharma, of the righteous law and way. Saying 40 comment. A man should try his utmost to have faith in God. He should not be led astray by his bad inclinations any moment. Faith in God leads to beatitude. It is the very root of dharma or righteousness. Saying 41, page 109, the radiant sameness. Faithful ever unto his being is to remain this being. His self-interests are not to lead him astray. Resolve firm of this kind will wash away all his sins and all his blemishes. The truth is verily the essence of all knowledge. Into angels shall you turn if you live for the truth and strive for it ever and always. Saying 41 comment. Let a man be steadfast in his pursuit of the truth. Let him not fall in selfishness. Then only will his sins be washed away. God is verily the essence of all knowledge. If a man lives the truth and strives for God, the truth all the time, he is an angel. Saying 42, page 109. No unnecessary desire will ever assail the man that lives for the truth. For of his mind becomes he the master. and of his neglects and omissions a repentant. Unto peace shall he attain, that man of wisdom, peace the real and authentic. Saying 42 comment. A man who follows God is freed from unnecessary desires. His aim is to find God. He does not care for unnecessary worldly things. He becomes master of his mind by practicing meditation. He tries to look for his own faults. He does not waste his time looking for omissions of others. Such a wise man attains genuine peace. People have become very materialistic these days because they do not have faith in God. Saying 43, page 109. The truth is life, and the truth is glory. The truth is knowledge, and the truth is contemplation. The very end of life is the truth, and its very final goal. Follow you the path that leads to the truth. Follow it with earnestness, absolute, for many are there in wait for you, many and evil to lead you adrift and astray. Saying 43 comment. God, the truth, verily is life. A person who does not have spirituality is like a dead person. God is verily glory of life. Followers of the Lord gain true glory of life. God, the truth, is true knowledge. God, the truth, is the final goal of life. Let a man try his utmost to walk on the way towards God. There are many thieves like lust, anger, greed, and false pride which lead him astray. Saying 44, the radiant sameness, page 110. To live for the truth is to live in truth, and to live in bliss the real, with every doubt dispelled. Saying 44 comment. To live for God, the truth is the real bliss. Let a man search for God, he will be freed from every doubt, he will find his true life. Many persons are miserable because they do not live for God. Educated persons these days have much cynicism and doubt. Saying 45, page 110. The truth is the teaching of the truth is the teaching of teachers, the thought of holy books, and the miracle of divine incarnations and messengers, their very perfection and attainment. To live for it is to live for dharma, is to live for the law would have one life. Saying 45, comment. God, the truth, is verily teaching of all gurus, the instruction of all scriptures, and the ultimate goal of all prophets. To live for the truth is the real dharma or righteousness. Educated persons do not believe in religion these days. There is conflict and confusion everywhere. Saying 46, page 119, the radiant. Saying 46, page 110, the radiant sameness. To search for Sat, for truth, the ever abiding, is to search in truth. And to think of Sat is joy the true, and bliss the true. And to speak the truth is to be victorious in truth. Unconquerable is and acknowledge the man that believes in Sat and lives for Sat, that thinks for Sat, that thinks of Sat and strives for Sat, and in his dealing sticks to Sat. At his service abides the entire world, at the service of him that believes in God and in the truth. To live alive, truly alive, is verily to live for the truth. Comment. Searching for God, the truth, is true serving. Searching for God, the truth is true striving. Reflection about God, the truth is true bliss. Speaking the truth is true victory. If a man believes, reflects, and strives about God, he is unconquerable. Entire world serves him, and he alone believes in God. He is truly alive. Many persons say that they believe in God, but they do not search and live for Him. Saying 47, page 110, the radiant sameness. A man who does not believe in the truth, does not strive for it, and does not think about it, lives to no purpose and strives for no end. Ardent austerities and meditation, piety and charity, and penance hard and stern have only one meaning or purpose, that man get disposed towards Sat, towards the truth that ever is, and seek to find it with every earnestness. For the truth alone is bliss, and the truth alone is liberation. Comment. All his efforts are wasted if a man does not believe, strive, and reflect about God, the truth. The purpose of all penance, meditation, charity, and ardent austerities is to orient mind towards God and to become absorbed in Him. This verily is bliss and liberation. Saying 48, page 110. As he moves towards that truth, he will find the untruth, that misfortune and malady of his, getting dispelled at each step he takes. His doubts will disappear, and so will his vows. A disposition still and stable will take their place. That will be the moment when he will succeed in bringing his mind under control. His effort towards that end become effective. He indeed is man the venerable, man the perfect, that man with his mind so stilled. Passed has he the test of life, and departs he from here all blessed and in bliss. Comment. As he searches for God, the truth, suffering due to the untruth dissipates. All doubts and woes go away. His disposition becomes stable. His efforts lead to control of his mind. He alone has reached the highest goal. He passes the test of life and departs from the world in bliss. Saying 49, page 111. Search for Sat is not to depend on any particular religious way or faith. Nature is there within man to give him intimations of that truth, but the benighted being that he is, man takes no heed of these. Only the man that ever lives in fear of death can live for the truth, and not one that lives oblivious of it. Every religion is there to seek it. That Sat is its goal and purpose. Therefore, one should ever seek to find it, giving up all debates and disputes. Comment. Search of God, the truth, is not limited to any religion. Nature itself is teaching the truth, but a man fails to take heed of it due to his ignorance. Only a man who fears death can seek God, the truth. Search for the truth is the mission of all religions. A man should give up futile conflicts and search for the truth. Death is stalking everywhere, but a man continues to deny it. Saying 50, page 111. Let a man's mind be ever directed towards the truth, lest his disposition towards the untruth have the better of him. Only then will he live absorbed in the truth. Mind, that passion for the other, and the functions of sensing and doing are there to ever lead him to the untruth. Only thoughts pure and faith pure, thoughts oriented towards the truth and faith in the truth can undo their impact, that of mind and of the functions of sensing and doing. Only that orientation and that faith can make him live ever dedicated to it, to the truth. In the true heroic mold is made the man that lives in contemplation of Sat, his natural bents unrestrained and subdued. Saying 50, comment. Let a man direct his mind towards God or Sat or the truth all the time. Let him not incline towards word, the untruth, any time. Only then he enjoys bliss of God. His mind, sense, and motor organs are always orienting him towards untrue word. He can undo this deviation with sublime intellect and can have faith of God all the time. He alone is a hero who contemplates God, restraining his mind from worldly thoughts. This word and its attractions are always pulling the mind outward. Saying 51, page 111. Anyone who devotes his life to doing good unto others, giving up his concern for his own interests, is the man to attain the real ideal of Sat. His care and concern for others will bless him with ability to concentrate exclusively on the truth. Bliss the real and true will he find, and bliss the real and true shall be he. Comment. Only a man who removes his selfishness and does good for others attains God or Sat or the truth. His concern for others enables him to concentrate towards God. This concentration leads to true bliss and genuine happiness. Saying 52, page 111. A man who knows the word as unstable and transient, knows it to be so with conviction and belief, and seeks every moment to shed his self-oblivion, he alone is the seeker of being. Sooner or later, the day of his awakening will arrive to bless him with bliss the true and real. Comment. A man who has known this world to be temporary with conviction tries to shed his self-oblivion. He is ardent seeker of God, the truth. Sooner or later he will awaken to attain genuine happiness. Genuine happiness lies in finding God alone. God alone can fill his hole, his emptiness. Saying 53, page 111. A man who knows how misleading are the ways of the mind and does not let this awareness go dim in him, and who lives in agony deep, all remorseful of his misdeeds, he is the man to find the truth. This seeker with intent noble and good. Let a man have insight that his mind leads him astray all the time in lust, anger, greed, infatuation, and false pride. There is a saying, an idle man's brain is a devil's workshop. The mind is devil itself. It gives much agony. A man has useless regrets about the past and futile worries about the future. Let him repent his sinful thoughts and strive to find God, Sat, or the truth. He alone is noble and true seeker of God. Saying 54, page 112. Hard is to tread the way to being, but the way to blessedness sure it is. Only that should be sought in earnest and with effort, that which ends up in one's well-being, but well-being the true. You will have lived your life in its very essence and its spirit if your mind has turned faithful to your being, has oriented itself to it. A man who has not attained to this end, to this faith, and to this orientation, has lived to no purpose. A tale of mere conflicts and tensions has been his life, and despaired of every hope will he die. Comment. It is difficult to find God, the truth, but genuine happiness lies in this only. Let a man strive only to find the thing which will give him ultimate happiness. The essence of life lies in faith of God and actions oriented towards Him. If this goal is not attained, then all life has been wasted in useless conflicts and tensions of the world. In the end, he dies in despair and frustration. Temporary things of the world can give only temporary happiness. Only God, the permanent thing, can give permanent happiness. Saying 55, page 112. Only the man who has oriented his mind towards the truth will know the right way. A faithful follower of his prophets and patriarchs will be he to find one day beatitude the full. Ever you live for your being and truth, ever work for it and strive for it. Verily, to live for being is to live for liberation. For if you live for the being, no more will you die and no more will you be born. Only a man who orients himself to God, the truth, is a faithful follower of his prophets. He will attain full bliss one day. Dedication to God, the truth, is verily living the life. Let one strive for God all the time. This effort alone will give liberation in human life. Many people say that they believe in Rama and Krishna, but they do not follow their teaching. A person who does not believe in God is like a dead person. Saying 56, page 112. The Sat it is that sustains all the powers of the world, and the Sat it is that assigns their role unto them, each unto his own. And under the command of the Sat or the truth operates these powers, each faithful to the role assigned unto it. Like unto these powers should live a man too, ever faithful to the roles assigned for him, faithful to the principles of the truth has proclaimed for him. That is the way he can reclaim his being and his self. That is the way to his redemption and emancipation. The world has only woes to give you, and miseries great and numbers. The world has only woes to give you, and miseries great and in numbers great. Find then all that your mind really and truly seeks, and strive for that end without a let or a go, and seek and attain what the prophets of the old sought and attained. Comment. God sustains all the powers of the world. God assigns their role to them. Therefore, a man should be faithful in following principles God has proclaimed for him. Let him live God-oriented life. This way alone will redeem him. The world is a place of pain and suffering only. Let a man strive his utmost to fulfill his desires. Let a man strive his utmost to fulfill his desire for lasting happiness. Let him seek lasting peace which his prophets attained. Powers like the sun, the moon, stars, fire, air and water obey will of God. A man who does not obey will of God is out of harmony with the universe. He suffers a lot. These days, unfortunately, people do not obey will of God. They suffer a great deal and die in despair. Everyone wants permanent happiness. It is attained only by following God, the truth. This concludes the chapter on the truth.